Hey, Ferocious fans, it's Nate Powell from Ferocious Beard Company. So, what I'm going to be doing, just so you guys can kind of get a better perspective of the business side of the house with Ferocious, is periodically I'm going to create these videos that kind of delve into, the different things that I think about when I'm running a business. I mean, everybody sees the front page, ferociousbeard.com, and all the different scents we have and all those things. But I thought it might be interesting, especially since I've been in business since 2017, to kind of have these videos out there for people who might be thinking about starting their own business and some of the thoughts that I've had and some of the things that we've done at Ferocious. We obviously haven't done everything right, but we've done a lot of things right, and I just figured I'd share that with you guys. And if you're interested, cool. If not, just skip on over it, and that's okay. But I thought there might be some value in that, so I thought I might share some of the things that I think about when I think about Ferocious and where I want it to go, and some of the challenges we have and things like that. And so recently we had an issue with these right here. So if you take a look at these are our old sample bottles. And we got a really, really great deal on these about 2 years ago, just under 2 years ago. We got 3,000 of these bad boys. So we got the bottle, which is a 1 dram bottle, and we got these droppers. And I was like, man, that's a great deal. We got 3,000 for, they were probably 15 cents a piece for the bottle and the top. And I was like, this is great because I hadn't had samples before that. Not really. I mean, we have like a third of an ounce bottle that which I thought was maybe a little too big. We also had half-ounce bottles, which I also thought was too big for a sample. And I've seen other companies, they've got these little tiny little bottles, maybe like literally like, you know, this size. And I thought that was too small because I want people to really, if they're going to get a sample, I want them to have a sample that they can really try and try for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, see how it really feels. Now, I know some people with longer beards will go through this in like 2 shots. So just to give you a perspective, 1 dram, what to fill this up will take about 7 squirts of a large 1 ounce of these. So 7 of these will fill up a dram. So these were great for a year and a half, almost 2 years. But the thing is, what started happening is we started getting reports of these things leaking, and that's no good. I mean, I don't want your first impression of Ferocious to be a 3-pack of leaky bottles. That is just, to me, unacceptable. And so what I did was I just pulled the samples off the website. I was like, I'm not going to have these go out. Now, just to give you guys some perspective, there have been times when we haven't even had samples. Like at this moment, we don't have samples available. And in some ways, that's okay. It's not like you have to have samples. But, I mean, let's be real. Samples really, for some people, they want to try samples. They don't want to spend, $15.99, $19.99, whatever the price is of a 1 ounce bottle of beard oil or a 2 ounce, unless they can maybe try a sample. So samples are important. As much as they're kind of tedious to make, it takes almost as much time to make a sample as it does to make a 1 ounce bottle because, you're filling it, you're putting the label on it, you're sealing it, you're shipping it out. So just like the regular oils, I mean, these take time too to make. And so samples do take time and they are tedious and they're inexpensive. So, there's that. And so you could say, well, I'm not going to do samples because they're too much of a pain to do. And, they're just, people can just buy the 1 ounce. And if they don't like it, they can just let me know and I'll refund their money. I mean, of course, there's that option. But the reality is some people like to buy samples because they don't want to spend the full price of a bottle of beard oil. They want to buy a small sample. They want to buy 3. And so samples are important. So, so basically, last week after we pulled them off the shelf, I threw out the rest of the one. We had about 800 bottles left, and this right here is the last of what we've got. And I just happened to find these because I was like, I want to make a video about this to show you guys what we have. So we've got like these here left over. And then we've got, you know, some tops that go onto the bottles. All those are going to be disposed of because the problem that we ran into is I don't think necessarily they were leaking like out of the bottle per se, but I think these rubber tips over time, it's such a small product, you know, and I think it's just somehow this rubber is too thin and the oil just seeps through it. And I just think that's what's happening. So we're getting rid of those. And then a customer emailed me tonight and he's like, hey, what happened to the samples? I was going to buy some more samples. And I'm glad he emailed me because it got me to refocus on the fact that, yes, we do need samples. Samples are an important thing. It's a small thing, but it's important because if you have samples, then you can send people samples. They can order samples and they're not spending a ton of money on the full-blown product because they're going to buy samples instead. So let me show you what I'm getting. So this right here is what I'm getting. And I got it's just a test. I bought 288 of these and I just want to see how they work. I got them on Amazon this time. The other one I didn't get on Amazon, but this time I said, let me try this. This is an Amazon purchase. Let me just see how they work. Now these don't have the dropper tops. They've got the screw on top. They're still 1 dram, so it's the same exact size as what we were using before. And you can, there's a choice between just this black cap. It comes with a black cap, and it also comes with this, which is a little restrictor, which I know people aren't really crazy about in general when it comes to the 1 ounce bottles. And that's okay. But I think what this will do is this will solve our problem when it comes to leaky bottles. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're starting a business, you want to be on your best front. You want your stuff to arrive and have it be like polished. It's got to be nice. You don't want to have a package go out to a customer who's never purchased from you before and when they open that box and they've got like leaky labels and it's all oily and greasy on the outside. That is just not a good way to showcase your company. So I was like, yeah, if I'm going to do bottles, we're going to try again and we're going to try to have this not leak. And I think as much as I really don't care for the restrictor tops, they will be fine, I believe, for the samples. And it will allow us to sell samples again, which is the most important thing. Because if you can sell samples and people like them, even if they buy 3 samples, they might like 2 of them or they might like 1 of them. And then they might come back and buy a full-size product from you. So that's my thought process for this. And so we should be getting these bottles in 2 days. And once they've arrived, I'll take some product photos and I'll put them up on the website and we will make samples available again. Now at Ferocious, we do have a ton of fragrances, a ton of scents. We have like 62 different scents to choose from. And we do offer samples in all of those different scents. We don't have them in the collaboration corner at the moment, scents, because those are scents that you and I, we come up with each Tuesday night. And so I don't have those as samples, although I may in the future. But I do want to offer samples to people. So that's like my thought process about this. And, these were, it ends up being like 35 cents a piece for a bottle, which includes the bottle, the top, and the restrictor cap. And I'm thinking, 35 cents a piece for a container to guarantee that it arrives to you and it's not leaking. These are also some kind of special glass that is better, I think, than even the glass we were using before, because this glass for this particular bottle is like a glass that is very it is designed to take shocks well, which works out nicely in something that's being shipped to you. So we wrap it in bubble wrap and we put it in a box also. So we put it into a package that's got bubble wrap in it. So between those 3 things, plus the fact that this bottle is designed to accept shock, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we'll have any breaking of bottles, which is the goal, but ultimately the goal is also not to leak. So, so anyway, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that that was on my radar. You know, I don't want you guys to think you know, blowing off samples. Like, I don't think it's a good idea. I know it's a great idea, and I know, like, if you guys ever create your own company, it's always a good idea to offer more options like that. I think because it 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 allows people to really try you out without committing to spending a lot of money. So I think, you know, from that aspect, it's a really good idea to have them. Plus, I think it also gives you a little extra credibility if you have samples of all of your different scents that you can produce and send off. I think people really like that. Um, you know, like even look at these bento boxes, for example. That's a great product, and it's basically the whole concept behind those bento boxes is sending out sample size products for you to try that you might not have ever even heard of before. So it kind of gives us flexibility too in that aspect too. Like if we ever want to include samples of something in a bento box or something like that, we have a product that's ready to go that we can do that with. Um, Another reason too that I decided on these bottles instead of something smaller is, you know, with these companies that have these smaller bottles, two things. One is you as a customer don't really get the chance to fully experience it in your beer because there's just not really enough product in there to give you that perspective of how does it feel in your beard maybe over 2 or 3 days, because by the time you're done with the first day it's gone. With this bottle at least you'll probably get 2 to 3 days use out of it, maybe even more if you're just starting out with a beard and you're just using a couple of drops. So there's that. That's primarily the reason I decided on the larger bottles is that, you know, because I want to make sure you get enough. But two, you know, I want to give you more value for your money. I know we have a lot of competition out there, and I think we can offer, if we can offer a dram size bottle, whereas our competitors might be offering a quarter dram or a half dram bottle, you're going to get more for your money, you know, by buying from Ferocious. So these are the things from a business point of view I think of. You know, I want to make sure that we are doing the best we can to give you the most bang for your buck. So that's another reason I decided on these larger bottles, just like, you know, to replace these bottles, which I thought were decent sized bottles too. And they're the exact same size. But, you know, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about tonight is the fact that we've got these bottles coming in. They should be here in 2 days, hopefully. And once they're here, I will take some product photos. We will get the samples back up onto the website, and we'll just replace the picture that is on the old product page, which is now hidden, and then we'll replace it with this with the new product sample pictures. So anyway, I thought you might be interested in that. I figured, hey, it's something that I was just talking to Barb earlier about. You know, I think it would be kind of nice to have an outlet for me to talk about different things that, from the business point of view, that come up every now and then. And why not capture that for people out there who might be thinking about starting their own business or are running their own business, and maybe like you might share some ideas from me, I might share some ideas from you, that kind of thing. So I just thought that it might be interesting for you to hear about that. So that's why I put at the bottom of the screen, Business Insider, ferociousbeard.com. It's going to be kind of like a little bit of a series that comes up. I'll try to categorize it too on the YouTube page so that we'll put these Business Insider videos in kind of one section. That way you guys can all take a look at it if you're interested, and if you're not, they'll be in a different section of the YouTube page. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got. I just started testing out a new scent for a wash. This one is a lemon peppermint, and you know, just like all our washes, it works really nice, but I just don't know if I like the lemon peppermint. I do like peppermint on its own, and I like the cherry tobacco with peppermint, but I don't know, the lemon peppermint, it just isn't quite doing it for me. What do you guys think? Do you guys like lemon peppermint? Would you think that's something you would like? Is this something we should offer? Let me know what you think. Always thinking about different ways to create new products and new series of products for you guys. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Head over to ferociousbeard.com. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this channel, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.